was an impending climate change or a man-made disaster? Why did this happen? Because cloudbursts do take place in Himalayas. The watchdog, National Green Tribunal, has issued several environmental warnings in Uttarakhand over the past few years. One, unregulated mining in Bageshwar flagged as a disaster in the making. NGT said it reminds them of 2023 Joshimath subsidence crisis. Unsafe practices like vertical excavation, dumping debris into streams, and mining near homes. Springs drying up, groundwater contamination, crop loss. Satellite imagery confirms land deformation near active mines. Region lies in seismic zone 5. NGT orders halt on mining in sensitive zones pending seismic studies. So what happened in Joshimath in 2023? I'm just recounting the issues that plague confronts Devabhoomi. Over 800 homes cracked overnight due to land sinking in Chamoli district. Ground sank over 30 centimeter. Blamed on unplanned construction, tunneling for hydropower and poor drainage in fragile terrain. Town built on ancient landslide debris, highly vulnerable. Experts warn that the cloudbursts in Uttarakhand are intensifying due to climate change and fragile mountain terrain. Now let me recount. It's not as if this has happened for the first time. August 2025, twin cloudbursts in Uttarkashi, 4 dead, 50 plus missing. June 2025, Yamunotri Highway cloudburst triggers landslide. 2 killed, Chardham Yatra halted. August 2024, Kedarnath Valley hit by cloudburst, landslides reported. August 2024, Ghansali cloudburst washes away eatery, 2 dead. September 2022, Dharchula cloudburst near Nepal border triggers flash floods. So it's not as if these cloudbursts are new. The larger issue is, are we reclaiming this nature, a part of the nature which does not belong to us? Why are we building houses in areas which a river in Spate will reclaim? Are we not respecting the Devabhoomi? Why do we promote low-cost tourism, which has become a bane for Uttarakhand? Rampant construction, road widening activities, tunneling in fragile mountains, and Himalayas are the most vulnerable. And this is the issue I am going to talk with my panelists. I am joined by Dr. Vibha Dhawan, Director TERI, Devi Goenka, environmentalist, Joseph Hoover, environmental activist, Professor Santosh Kumar, Senior Advisor and Head, Risk Management Division, National Institute of Disaster Management, and Professor Prasanajit Biswas, Professor of Philosophy, Northeastern Hill University. Thank you all of you for joining me. It's a sad day. Let me straight away go to Dr. Vibha Dhawan. Madam, your opening comments on what has happened. Is this just a natural disaster, or are we looking at issues which are man-made, which is climate change, rampant construction, bad planning, and things which our Himalayas cannot sustain over a long period of time?
Very true. Yeah, thank you. And you're absolutely right. It's a very sad day. And you also mentioned that cloudburst is something which is not new. What is new is that they are occurring at a very great frequency compared to what happened in the earlier years. Now, the reason for that, yes, it is climate change. It goes without saying, which is at the macro level. What is happening across the globe? We also say that these people are paying price of what other countries or others have done in the past. Now, not to say that we are learning from that, because at the micro environment level as well, what is happening to Himalayas? We are cutting down trees. We are forgetting that trees prevent soil erosion. They bind. The other is that they also, like we all have studied in school about the water cycle. And what is happening, the cloudburst is that too much of precipitation in a small amount of time, and that is what we are talking about, changing climate. You're absolutely right in saying that we are building houses. What is the carrying capacity of that region? And we have exceeded that. And for that, I'll held each one of us responsible. It's the greed of people like us in the plains. We also want to own a house in hills. we want to go there for tourism. In fact, homestay was something which was done for the communities over there, but it is basically the homestays are owned by rich people, and it is not the communities which are getting benefited. Now, as the tourism increases, as there are more and more people, there is something called carrying capacity. We have exceeded that, and with the result, it is the waste generation which is becoming more. We are not worried about circular economy. We are consuming lots of plastic. We are dumping it over there. We are not conscious about recycling of water, which is already a scarce commodity over there, because that is the reason that the springs are getting dry. We are exploiting that wherever we can, we are taking that water away. And in fact, in one of the projects I was discussing with them, and I spoke to the hoteliers that why don't you recycle water? And they said, what is going to be the cost? And I said about 2 rupees a liter. And the answer was, why should we do that? Our cost of collecting water from the spring, it's free water. So it's only transportation cost, which costs us a rupee. So why should we recycle? But then if we are stopping that spring water at a certain height, we are not going to have any water available thereafter. And that is what is happening. It is very unfortunate because what these pictures, they are really so disturbing. And it is not that we have lost lives. It is also those who have been saved. What kind of life they are going to have thereafter.
Absolutely, madam. Let me take Dr. Beba Dhawan. Let me take opening comments from other panelists. Mr. Debi Goenka, to you, sir. Is it just a natural disaster, or we have made it, sir?
I think it's a combination of both things. Natural disasters have been happening for centuries or millions of years, let me put it that way. Cloudbursts is nothing new. But the kind of activity that we have carried out in these eco-sensitive areas is criminal in nature. We seem to forget that we are not masters over nature, but this is our entire endeavor is to chase the mirage of GDP, to allow all kinds of construction activities, to allow all kinds of mining. We think we can divert rivers. We think we can build on riverbeds and that there will be no consequences.